Hello, sorry, still just getting myself set up. But hello, Tax Lord. Hello, Milky. Hello, Milky with the streak. You're in VR right now, Milky. Congratulations. How are you liking your VR experience? You got it officially yesterday, right? I think that's what it was. Yesterday. Bruh, sometimes I will hook up um my tracker to my PC, obviously, and it won't fully. You've gotten called mommy more than you have friends. That's crazy. Hey, as long as people are nice and aren't weird, just remember, attention is nice, but you want to make sure you're not surrounding yourself with a bunch of weirdos. So be careful with who surround you, because otherwise, you're gonna start finding drama because people are gonna be like, "Oh, ooh, ooh. Do you wanna like possibly have some snuggles in a very inappropriate way?" Expect the unexpected. Exactly. Also, thanks to all my friends who are lurking for me. I know some of y'all from Discord are here just to keep me company. And, it's appreciated in the kindness, but don't go out of your way if you have other things you want to listen to or do. I'm just here, guys. So, no pressure. And same goes to you in VR too. If you're busy, like, or you're around a lot of people, there's no pressure to be here. I want you to just, relax. And no obligations. Alright, and then I'm going to zoom or adjust my exposure and adjust my zoom of it. And then we're in a Japanese style house despite being American. Because I'm a weeb and that's just how it is. Snuggle? Nobody's touched you yet. I mean, in VR chat, like, the typical greeting is, at this point, like, people coming up and putting their hand in your face. They'll be like, "Hello, hi, how are you?" You know? Like that. It's not a new shirt, I just don't wear it very often. I was just wearing it the other day because I was like, yeah, let's see. But the reason I don't wear it is if I'm sitting down, it clips through my chest. Like, you see how it goes through right there? That's clipping, and I need to fix that. And it makes me mad. I'm like, grrr. Oh, that feels nice. I just cracked my back. Oh, you keep dropping your controllers? Yeah, use the straps. On the index. Sorry, I'm just adjusting my volumes and stuff. Alright, good, good. On the index, we have these things on our hands that hold them to it on the back of our hands. So it's like, you don't have to worry about dropping your controllers because they're attached to your hands. Very handy, very convenient. But otherwise, yeah. Today is a good day for you then. Still, if everyone's calling you mommy, that must be nice. You must be enjoying yourself. I don't think anyone calls me mommy, but that's mostly because I don't lean into the trope. No, no. Boozette, how dare you? How dare you? The first thing you do when you get here, call me a mommy. Rude. No, I'm kidding. How are you doing tonight? Or this morning, I guess, depending on where you are in the world. Good afternoon, good evening. You had to, okay. Yeah. Whatever you say. Whatever your excuse is. I'll hear none of it. Oop, I almost lost my balance. That's your excuse, then sure, whatever. I'll bet you call all of the girls mommy. A sob. I'm joking, of course. Don't take me seriously. I'm sure there's people out there who'd be like, how rude. Oh, hell no, you ain't no sub. Yeah. But no, really, how's your day been? Is it morning, afternoon, night? Hey, I asked first. I'm the streamer, so my question gets priority. I can answer whenever I want to, because I'm the more verbal one. Grinding on fishing. Still? No, trust me, I get it. That world is fun. It's just more or less like, I got tired after a little while, right? Because it's like, you know, it is fun, but there's other things I'd rather do. What level are you on the fishing world? You gotta get that. Booze. 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 Level 1000s. Oh my god. 729. You're insane. My friend Rico is obsessed with it too. She is obsessed with that world. If she didn't have other, like, priorities, I'm sure she'd be there 24/7. I'm calling you out, Rico. What's your proudest catch in that world? What's your best luck so far? The only fish I caught that I cared about was Steve. Steve le poisson. Poisson le Steve. Hey, look, there's Rico. I don't even think it's adulting specifically that stops Rico. It's like social commitments. Being there with friends and having fun. Rico, how's your feet, by the way? Your favorite fish right now is the frog with the hat? I don't think I know that one. Feet hurt you. Well, come here, I'll rub your feet. But no, I won't. But old memes. Really, it's an old meme. Yeah. Hey, baby girl, why don't you bring those feet over? I can give you a nice massage. Don't worry, baby, I got the baby oil right here. No, but, yeah, no, Steve is my favorite. The other one that's kind of cool is, what's it called? What's that fish called? Fish. You know? The RuneScape fish? That boy with the frog on this one cycle thingy. You can get different colors of Steve? No, now I need to see it. I know you can get variants of all fish, right? Where you can get like rainbow colored, or void, or glitched, or missing textures. I have plain old regular Steve. Steve le poisson. Poisson le Steve. You're old? Listen, I'm old, okay? 6'7", whatever, I'm young now, type shit. I was gonna say, are you saying you're 67? And then I remembered 6'7". Hey, Sniper, thank you for the follow over on that other site, the green site. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're having a good night. Yeah, well, listen, Boozat, I'm older. Alright? That mommy comment's not for nothing. I'm 37. Cry for me, weep for my age. I die every time I have to tell someone, yes, I am 37. You would not have guessed? I mean, I don't go out of my way to, like, present very old, right? Like, I'm not walking around here going like, yes, I remember back in my day we were playing RuneScape, but we didn't call it old school back then. And we had dial-up connection. If my mom answered the phone while I was playing a game, we got disconnected. Everything was LAN parties. My voice, you would say, like, maybe the oldest is 26 or 25? Well, thank you. I mean, you have to remember, vocal training, I'm sure, takes away some of my age. I'll dead voice myself to prove a point. I'll do it. I factory default all the time. Every time I leave the house, I factory default, so I don't mind using that voice. It's just a part of me, you know? Because I like doing impressions. And most of my impressions require me to use my masculine tones. So I do accept my fate. Like, yep. If I have to, you know, sound less feminine for a little bit, that's okay. I can give you a short example if you'd like. I can go from here, like my practiced voice, and then I go down to, this is my factory default, this is where my voice naturally rests, yeah. And then I, like, switch that up, and then I can do, like, the thing that taught me vocal training, which is Kermit the Frog's voice. Hello there, Kermit the Frog here. Yes, you can too sound like a beautiful woman if you practice. But not really. Everyone's different. So, yeah, there's definitely levels of practice. Getting Tomcat flashbacks. Or higher. I can go deeper. So deeper voices are like, you know, listen, whenever you hear someone say they do impressions, the first thing they do is Kronk. They go like, "Hey Peter, nice cock." Right? That's boring. That's why I like to throw in Japanese, where I'm like, "Konnichiwa minasan, watashi no namae wa Kronk desu. Dozo yoroshiku onegaishimasu." Right, so that's how it goes. Higher voices, typically, not so much. My voice goes down much easier than it goes up. So this is the closest to up as I get. Thank you for the follow-up, Boozat. So, yeah, no, my voice definitely has a range, but it's usually in the lower octaves. That's why I also kind of, like, delayed transitioning for so long, was because I was like, well, there's just no way my voice will ever pass. I'm always gonna sound like this. Like, my voice just doesn't work. So then I learned about vocal training and then, like, more actual details, and I started when I was 35. So, yeah. Used to follow someone called TC9000 or 700 Gaming. Let's say they made a transition, but in a very sudden way. Only realized it after a while of IRL getting in the way. Oh, that's interesting, Kenji. I'm glad for them. I've heard a few other stories of, like, people who like doing the voice trolling. I mean, for me, it's all about personality. I don't care about the voice. I still be gay for the homies. Hey, whatever makes you happy. That's the main thing. VR chat, I think, has kind of opened that door for a lot of people where they're like, before, everything was purely like, I'm not gay, I'm not gonna talk to dudes, blah blah blah. But then in VR chat, it's like, okay, well, physical appearances are off the board right now. Everything is visually feminine most of the time, unless you're giga buff, veined out, handsome e-boys, and I use handsome in air quotes because let's just admit that that plastic face looks scary. I mean, everyone turns out to be a little bit, but not everyone. Again, it's all about the circles you run with. If you hang out in Midnight Rooftop, a lot of those people are very much staunch, like, homophobes when it comes to this kind of stuff still. At least in my experience. So, yeah, people who frequent that world, they're black hat, and they sit in the front of the mirror in their chairs, leaned back, legs wide open. Hold on, I can imitate the E-Boy stance for you. Give me a second. Okay. Just like sitting here, a voice or a text bubble over their head that says something like like e-kittens hit me up, or like the music they're listening to, and then like a bunch of edgy quotes constantly cycling over their head, and just sitting here not talking to anyone. And then eventually, like if they hear a girl, they'll like look over, and then they'll and then sit underneath them. Like, yo, that's not cute. You know, the ones that are imitating Corpse Husband.
Hey, what's up? You wanna be my new kitten? I'm saying type shit.
Like, it's really weird. Not really my cup of tea personally, but again, to each their own. Anyway. Voices though, otherwise my voice is like I'm working on the feminine ones. Oh no, it's absolutely very spot on because like I've witnessed it enough times to kind of pick up the patterns. Um, Feminine voices, mine don't really change very much. I got Tina Belcher, I got this, and then I've got like the stereotype I'm trying to be a horny mommy voice, you know? So Tina Belcher is much more monotone than my normal voice, and it's much more like kind of feeling. You get what I mean? And the other one is more like breathy. Let me clear my throat for a second. Alright, my voice is cleared. And every time they're doing the mommy voice, it's always in this lower pitch, a bit more breathy. And oh, you're such a good boy. Yeah, like that. Kind of. It's not too far off from my naturally, like, deeper voice, but still. The breathiness what takes it over the edge, where it's like, you sound like you could probably do that in the bedroom, but like in public and just using that as your everyday voice, it sounds a little bit forced. Bark. Yes, bark for me. Who's a good little puppy? Anyway, point is, there's definitely a market for that, and you know, it's not the one I want to lean into too heavily because I'm not always horny. I'm very rarely horny, let's be real. And so that shit's just, you know, it gets in the way. And making connections with people when it's primarily based around sexual tension, it means that someone's gonna get hurt, and then you don't really have a friend anymore, you just have someone who's wanting to fuck all the time. And that's not really fun. That's not really interesting. It depends on the type of community. Most of your male friends were female abbies. 90% of the time they start like, I'm straight, till they do the dudes, and then they just accept it. I think a lot of people, though, here's the other problem. Alright, it's a double-edged sword, because some of them think that they're okay with, like, anyone. But physical attraction is a real thing, and so there is a space where, let's say they go and they finally, like, meet someone IRL. They might actually realize, or, you know, when they see each other's faces for the first time, be like, oh, I don't really have that same kind of attraction. Like, it worked in VR because personality is okay and visuals are okay. And then once it's in the real world, it's like, 50-50. Not everyone can get past the physical barrier when it comes to sexuality, but that's not a strict, like, oh, it's gonna fail. Because, like, I'll be honest with you, I didn't think I'd ever have any, like, interest in guys, but, you know, every now and then there's gonna be a personality where I'm like, you know, they're alright. And I met one of them in person once, and I won't say I was physically attracted, but I will say it didn't bother me. Like, I could still do things, but, you know, again, it really depends on the person. It's kind of like that as well. For some reason, I'm not attracted to muscular guys, but feminine men, you're okay with that. Exactly. Like, if they have the traits that make them feel less like the typical, like, bros, it definitely helps. You feel kind of shitty with it. I mean, again, it's personal preference. There's no reason to really beat yourself up over it. Like, we all have our tastes. Like, that's just what it comes down to. you have your tastes, I have mine. Physical attractiveness towards other people is what it is. Not everyone has to be demisexual, has to like everybody. Like, if you don't like everybody, that's okay. No, no, no. It's not just outer looks, though, is it? Because that's the thing. When someone presents maybe a bit more femininely, like walks that line a bit more of being androgynous, maybe, then it's like easier to kind of bend that line where it's like, yeah, they're fine, you know? Like, open that door. But if it's like everybody, it's not the same. And again, usually outer looks kind of get tied to personality in a way, where people who care to try to look more manly, muscular, facial hair, whatever, they might be a little less inclined to be a bit more in touch with the feminine side of themselves. And then the dudes who like wearing thigh highs and all that other stuff, like, you know, they're more likely to be a bit more on the feminine side. Doesn't mean they're trans, but they're more open to that side of themselves, you know? Anyway, Kenji said, yep, just checked their last update was 2 years ago. Oh, that's a long time. Mm-hmm. But yeah. Oh, no, 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 no. I like conversations, and if you notice, you're among the only people typing right now, because most people are, you know, either lurking for me, because I'm not gonna pretend. Most of the people in chat are usually lurkers who know me. There's a few people who have found me through Twitch and have been hanging out in chat. Very nice people. I try my best to kind of just, you know, talk to everybody, and the more people willing to have a conversation with me, the better, because then I feel more likely to, like, have energy to continue stream and be a yapper. And so, you're doing me a favor. Don't apologize. Cause, you know, you should be asleep, but sometimes you can't fall asleep. And Kenji, I would have streamed earlier, but I got distracted. Not gonna lie. Oh, and your stomach's on fire. Oof. Drink some water. As for what I ate today, I ate Popeyes. I wanted to try their One Piece collab, so I got this strawberry cake. It was quite okay. It wasn't amazing. I didn't get the special box. However, at least flavor-wise, the cake's okay. Heavy in the frosting department. Cake is just mid. It's just cake. Yeah, most people who get a Quest, they usually get a battery pack to go with it, or they get like a wire that they can use to charge it while they're using it. Oh, you're from Belgium. I see, I see. Had to respond to a friend. Oh, you live. Wait. You're from Belgium, but you live in the California time zone. Does that mean like your work is in California, so you have to like match our time zone? Is it like remote work or something? Or do you just have really bad sleep schedule? Okay, your work hours are diabolical to the point that you're used to staying up all night. Exactly, okay. I am in California, so my time zone is here. You match me. Right now is horrible sleep schedule. I feel you. That's me on a regular basis. Normally my streams start like an hour or two ago. And speaking of anything else comfort-wise, my air conditioner needs to be turned up because I am warm. Not that I know anything about Germany, but I was born in Nuremberg. Just a fun random fact. My dad was in the military, and they had me while they happened to be in Germany. So I got that Korean American yet born in Nuremberg. I've never been there, but I've seen lots of pictures. Very pretty. I would love to go there, but money. This old lady doesn't have the money to go and visit places. Maybe one day, though. When I'm old and gray. Oh shit, I'm already gray. And I'm getting old. And I still don't have the money. Maybe. Used to be bad with money? Well, I'm currently bad with money because I'm in between jobs. Sadly, we're all getting. You spent like. You bought 6 people full body tracking? Yo, you are bad with money. Hold up, that's crazy. Oh, that's why I'm not tracking properly. My other base station's off. Give me one moment. Oh my god, Genshin Impact and Pokemon. Yeah, no, you've got addictions. Come on, turn on. There we go. If you find work, you're gonna buy Fluxpose? Oh, I would love it. You're a big people pleaser? Yeah, but that's a bad habit to get into. But I appreciate it because I used to be that way too. When I had a job, if my friends didn't have a game, I'd be like, alright, I got you. And I just buy the game. And if I had like expendable funds to the point of view, I would probably do the same of like, oh, you want a full body? Alright, 400 bucks, 500 bucks, easy, throw it away. Please, Willow, subscribe. Don't ask people to subscribe to me, alright? I don't want them to waste their money here. Listen. If I had content worth spending money on, I'd be like, yeah, you guys should definitely subscribe. I'm just saying. But I don't know. I don't have confidence in myself that way, where I'm like, yes, please, subscribe. Oilers, where are you at? Where's my Twitch sugar daddy? Guys, come on, help me find one. You got 2.0s, they're hella expensive and not comfortable to land. Oh, wait, you bought your friend's full body, but you're using Index 2.0s. Your priorities are fucked. If I were you, it's like, first I'd buy myself something, at least. Then I'd be like, hey, do you guys want full body? Well, here you have my old one. Hello, Vivu. Slime BRs are good, though. Slime BRs aren't that bad. I think people are, like, quick to shit on them. Sorry, I'm just moving some stuff I forgot to move earlier. When I start stream, I usually reorganize my desk. Ugh, if I could get Flux, oh my god, this sounds so cool. B, I will ban you. Don't even. I know you're not ballin' like that, B. Don't be wasting your money. I will beat your ass. Psh. Gotta crack my upper mid back. You're saving up for the Steam Frame. Oh, yeah, Steam Frame sounds cool. I want face tracking, I do. But it's just too expensive for me, you know? When you're between jobs, the last thing you ever should do is spend money on VR chat. That's what I know for a fact. And there's some people, though, it's like, all they do is spend money on this game. And it's always on other people. Like, I know people who gift VR Chat Plus everywhere they go, and I'm like, bro, that's such a waste of money. Klopto, what do you mean poop? You have to tell me a story. Okay, okay. You can support me, Bibu? Yeah, but it ain't your job to. The price isn't out yet. Your helper it's around 900? I'm gonna guess it's probably at least $1,000. You spent around 6,000 on gift subs? Bro. Why? I get it though. I get it. You're just trying to support streamers and, you know, show some care to communities, but that's a lot of money. And you could spend it on things for you. They instantly banned you even though you sent a message to the support of YarChat for making a purchase. Oh, they're banning you because your payment failed, so they thought you were ripping them off, right? Klopto, why'd you say poop? I mean, that makes sense. VR chat just like they see your failed payment, they assume that you're ripping them off or taking advantage of the system, and then they're like, "Nope, never again. Go away, be gone, peasant." Little do they know that you're actually their whale. Imagine that that was enough to stop you from playing their game ever again. How different your life would be. But hey, it varies from person to person, of course. Yeah, no, that's good. Oh yeah, I answered you about what I ate today. I should ask you, what did you eat today? Hello, Luminous Fender. I'm doing great. How are you doing? I'm just yapping here. Oh my god, my game is so smooth. What is my setup and my GPU? You say it's smooth. However, for me, I'm at 40 FPS. Alone. In this world. It's okay. My GPU is a AMD RX... Is it RX? Shit, I forget. 7800. If that makes sense. I think that's what it is. And my CPU is a AMD as well. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I always forget these details because I don't update very often, and I haven't done research in a long time. I used to know these things off the top of my head because I used to work in IT, so like, being up to date on computer stuff was my jam, but now I'm lazy. I'm like, my PC works. Get myself a 4090. Are you paying for it? Like, no. You get 40 to 60 on while streaming? I'm just using VRChat's default streamer camera, and I'm using, you know, normal settings. So, I don't know, I couldn't tell you exactly why. But for me, when I move the camera like this, I'm seeing double. My eyes do not like this. For me, that's horrible to look at. But for you guys, I think it's relatively smooth. Hard to say. But, you know, otherwise, it works. And I'm glad to hear you're doing pretty great. And also, you're gonna have fries later as booze. Just fries, though? What else do you eat with your fries? Or as the British say, chips. Your chippies. If it's meta, just change the priority level and meta and task manager to high. No, I am on Steam. I could try setting it to higher, but, you know, for the most part it works. And changing things on the fly, I don't know, I don't think about these things. Like, one thing I've always felt is like graphics and other things of this nature, as long as it's only impacting me, I don't care. Am I the one that's getting 20 FPS right now? Okay. Am I showing it to people at 20 FPS? Probably not. And I hope that, otherwise it's mostly just fine for the viewer. Or, like, if I need to upgrade, I will. If I'm crashing all the time. But I don't know. It's just kind of like I've just never been a graphics person where I'm like, I need everything to be good. None of my monitors are 4K. I have two monitors, two different sizes, two different builds, two different ages, and they're just, they function. They just do their job. I can see and I can play games. One of them goes to 75 hertz, I think, and the other one's 60 hertz, and I just play games. My RTX 3060 12GB be struggling, but you're upgrading to a 5080 this year or early next year. As long as I don't break my system. Exactly, I never break my system, so we're good. I don't know, though. We'll see. Because I have been specifically, and I know I can diagnose this if I actually put in any effort and time, but I've been getting the green screen of death when I'm streaming. And if you don't know, green screen of death is different from the blue screen of death. This is an AMD specific GPU driver crash issue, I think. And so while I'm streaming and I'm in VR, sometimes my GPU will take a dump and my whole PC will turn green, and then I have to sit there and manually shut the power off on the back of the PC and turn it back on. I've tried holding the power button, the old-fashioned hold the pillow over my PC's face for 10 seconds. Doesn't turn it off. I have to actually turn off the switch in the back. It's crazy. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. AMD is notoriously bad for software issues. NVIDIA, from what I'm told, have really bad hardware issues. So it's like, you pick your poison. I'm mostly fine. It's just like maybe once a week I get this really bad crash. Klopto was telling me that I should definitely fix it, but... What do you mean that's not healthy? Boozat, I'm totally healthy. I eat one meal a day. I weigh 135 pounds. I'm very healthy. Mentally healthy, I only dwell on issues and apologize about 50 times. I am very bad about apologizing. I will apologize midstream if I'm having one of those days where I'm just like not feeling great. I'll be like, I'm sorry that you guys are here right now. I'm sorry that you have to put up with me. I hope you guys are doing okay, and I appreciate you spending time with me. I'm really sorry. And then I'll like debate ending stream for like the next hour, because I'm like, all I'm doing is apologizing. I don't want to like make you guys sit here and deal with me, and then I like end stream. It's just, a lot going on up here. I wanted to get a 9070 XT soon, but my friend says save more and get the 5080, and it causes driver problems and better upscaling and more features. No. Well, if it makes you feel better, if people press your stream, that means they want to see you. You see, that's the problem though. I know that logically, but then I argue with that logic, with my own logic, where I'm like, okay, but how about the alternative? You learned about me, right? You, like, have seen me, and you feel empathy for me for looking down on myself, potentially. And that empathy makes you feel like you have to come back, otherwise I'm going to be sad, right? Thank you for the follow, Luminous. And so in that mentality of being nice to someone, because that's what my mind thinks, I'm like, oh, well, people are here because they're just being nice to me. Sans all my friends who are, like, lurking for me, right? I'm just like, yeah, a lot of people are just, doing me a favor. They're just lurking because they want to help me feel better, make the number go up. Anyway, sorry, that is my point. So I'm not feeling that right now. Those are the things that go through my head, though, when I do feel that way. So I'll shut up about it. But yes, you mentioned food earlier. Sorry, I glanced at that and then I forgot what it said. Fritzkandel to be specific, but it's hard to know what that is. Yeah, I have no idea what it is. Fritzkandel. Also, hello, Shade. 99% of the time, I'm not a chatter because I'm quite the social anxiety bum. I feel that. But, you know, sometimes you just see the opportunity to talk to someone. And I'm socially I am socially anxious a lot of the time too. However, in the right circumstances, man, I can't talk tonight. In the right circumstances, I can do it. You know, I can put on these social pants. And what's weirder is I find standing up kind of puts me more in this chatty mood. Because if I am... Sorry, just closing a door. If I'm laying down, sitting down, whatever, my energy levels match. And my voice bothers me more, where I'm like, oh, I sound like shit right now. And so... Yeah, no. Not great. So I try not to do that to myself, you know? I try to stay standing, keep talking, and get myself out of this stupid little, like, idiot circle. Otherwise, you just wiggle your hips in a corner. Hey, we love wiggles, okay? Wiggles are great. But I'm not that good of a streamer for that either. I'm not really a wiggle streamer, you know? My movements are a little stiff and I'm just... I don't know, I'm not a good dancer, so my streams are never gonna be, you know, up close and personal with me, showing off my body, because... I don't know, I just don't have the energy to do that. I'm 37. Hello, Donny Numeritos. How are you doing today, Mr. Dorito? I mean, again, having mirror-dwelling conversations with people can be fun. It's just a medium in which to have a chat with strangers. It works. I do it too. I made lots of friends at the Black Cat, and some of them great, some of them terrible. What I find works best for me is just, you know, trying to listen to people talk, and then if I hear something interesting, I'll just throw my joke in there. The new map is beautiful. Oh, I used to stream here for more often. I just switch back and forth. This world is a little less on the dark side, so like you can kind of see details better. But my hair shine isn't really coming through so much. But that's okay. You can see my top's details better though, because in the other world this top looks straight black, and I need to do that too. No, that's fair. And that's really cool. I made my own avatar, and that's about as much Unity and Blender work that I know how to do. As for how I'm doing, Dorito, I'm doing okay. I'm just vibing, just yapping. I'm going to... Oh, I can't make the fit. This fit is purchased. So I bought the fit, I bought the body, I bought the head, I bought the hair, bought the ears, bought the tail. Like, all this stuff is purchased assets. None of this is, like, a me original. However, like, when I buy the face or buy the body, I do edit those to fit my taste better. So, like, you know, these are my taste. Like, the face, I've edited the blend shapes, I did some sculpting on it, I try to make it look more mature. Because, you know, I don't want to look too anime to the point where it looks really bad. Adding them in Unity and rigging them seems hard? Nah. Most outfits are already pre-built for avatars, like bodies. And once you learn how to do anything in Blender, easy mode. No, that's fair. I was the same way. My friends would give me an avatar that they made, and then I'd upload it. The most editing I've ever done was changing material settings to make an avatar into a slime. And that was my primary avatar for the longest time. If you look at my older streams, it's an avatar made by my good friend Moonboo, and I use that one from time to time, but less now that I've made my own, because I want people to see the hard work that I've done. By the way, Dorito, how's your day been going other than just, you know, Or no, wait, what have you been up to today? That's the question that was on my mind. I remember. Do tell, do tell. Also, I would like to open Discord real quick. I don't know about you guys, but I enjoy doing Wordle from time to time. AKA every single day, without fail. So, today I'm going to do a Wordle, and like I usually do. Feel free to join me if you want to, but no pressure. You're really tired but wanted to say hi and chill. Of course, of course. If you had $65 million, what would you do with it and why? Okay, I would invest in property for myself, sort out a financial advisor who can help me source more property to rent out to continue to have an income. I would try to live a modest and comfortable life while also, supporting friends and family as best I can. That's probably what I would do with the money. Make an occasional trip, but nothing exquisite or expensive. So I would if I go somewhere, it's still going to be frugal, it's still going to be the cheapest, like anything. I'm very, very, I don't know. Money doesn't impress me. It's more like doing things just to be happy and comfortable. I've never bought something because, ooh, shiny. You know what I mean? I buy mid-tier graphics cards, I buy mid-tier PC components, I have a friend who upgraded from a 5080 to a 5090, and I'm like, why? And they're like, oh, because someone was selling it for cheap, and I was like, that's $3,000. Did you need it? And they were like, no, and I was like, do you have, that much money burning a hole in your pocket? He's like, well, technically I shouldn't spend it. I'm not working right now. I'm like, so why did you spend $3,000? But that's their choice, and they're happy with it, so good for them. But it doesn't really make sense to me for myself, so that's the problem I have. But I'm not gonna argue with someone over that, I will try to be the voice of reason of well, maybe save your money. Alright, I got today's Wordle first and second letter. I got the first and last letter. Second guess, I've got 2 greens and 1 yellow. What word could it be? By the way, am I wearing a quest? No, I'm wearing a Big Screen Beyond that a friend bought for me. It was my birthday one year, and a friend really wanted to do something nice for me. And I expressed interest in the Beyond, and they very generously were like, alright, it's done. And I was like, you really didn't need to do that. And then they were like, nah, it's your birthday. So sometimes I get it, you want to do something nice for other people, but damn it, I always feel bad. Whenever someone gifts subs to me, whenever someone does anything for me, I always feel this overwhelming sense of guilt where I'm like, I'm sorry. Yeah, you didn't have to do that, and I'm sorry that you wasted your money. And that's the problem up here. It's not a waste, right? I don't feel like I wasted money buying something for a friend. But it's a struggle. So I've been trying to get out of that mindset. Also, I did get a hydrate request earlier, so take a sip of something. I've just got this overwhelming sense of guilt that comes with receiving gifts, and it's not a good mentality to be in, so I'm trying my best to get out of it. What could today's word be? Holy shit, 3 guesses. Yo, that's crazy. And it's a word I didn't even know was a real word. I am a god. Fear me, for I have the power of guessing. I always look up what the word means if I don't know. So it means... Oh, you know what? I think I've heard this word once in my life. Maybe. Dorito, you really want to get in VR? Well, it's a matter of, like, what makes sense to you. Quest 3, Quest 2, you know? If you can find it for cheap, and you have the money, go for it. If you save up for it, do it. Like, it is very mixed bag for people. And there's lots of cool and nice people in VR chat. However, it's very easy to get, like, wrapped up in unsavory stuff if you're not careful. Because some people can be very drama-oriented. All I say is, just go in with an open mind if you ever do it. Try it in desktop and see how you like people. The Quest is really inexpensive compared to other VRs, but play VRC for a year without a headset first. If you enjoy it, buy it. Exactly! I already had a VR headset prior to playing VR chat, but that's because I really liked the idea of VR. I had the Rift, Oculus Rift OG, and then I bought the Rift S when it came out. And then I didn't buy the Quest, I bought an Index. But the Index I bought was secondhand. I bought it refurbished from GameStop. It was $600, so it came with base stations. You actually play a lot of VR chat? Okay, so you know, and you do want VR then. So it's a matter of just, you know, saving up. Usually it's very drama focused or racism in your peers, or bad behavior in general. Gotta find the right crowd. I mean, that's again why, like, I don't seek out the first person who gives me attention, right? Like, if I want to go out into, like, any world and just, like, sit there and look for anyone who's willing to cuddle with me, I'm sure I could find someone easily. Like, I've joined my friends. You play quite a bit of VR chat as well, Klopto. Klopto, you don't have to watch the green site. You could just come hang out in Twitch chat if you want. I know you like to tease people and joke around, so... You know, do whatever makes more sense to you. No ads here. I'll teach you the trick. I know how to do it still, I think. I'll look for the screenshot that I sent, but there's a way to get rid of the ads even with ad block. Just saying. I mean, I could hear you without ad breaks. Exactly. See, this is where if I were one of those streamers, I could be like, well, you could listen to my stream ad-free if you just subscribe to me. You're supporting the channel and, you know, you're supporting me. Isn't that enough? Jokingly, of course. And don't do that. Unless you have Twitch Prime. I mean, Twitch Prime is free. Guys, if you have Twitch Prime just laying around, just, you know, use your Twitch Prime on my channel. Costs you nothing. Sub for bot. Yes, sub for bot. But. Plus, I must do my job and be a mod for you. Actually, I was always curious. Do mods get ads on Twitch? I actually don't know that. I've never moderated for someone. Oh, really? Even in mod view? Hello, Softu. Thank you for the follow. Hope you're having a lovely evening. How are you doing today? Yeah, sadly. That's so stupid. Imagine modding for someone and their streamer does something stupid or just like asking you for help and you can't hear them. On the Twitch side, it's 100%. Modded for someone for 9 years. Hi! But either they give me the sub or I buy is easier. No, it's fair. That makes total sense. I do actually think I should start streaming a little earlier than I have been the last few weeks. Cause, like, I don't know, I feel like my stream should be over maybe around 2 a.m. at most, but I want to, like, 3 or 4 hours is a better time frame, because I've only been going 1 or 2 hours, or 2 or 3 hours at most. So I don't know. Because you're on a payroll. Oh wait, are you between jobs now? I'm sorry to hear that if that's the case. Softy waved, but they said nothing in return. It's okay though, I just waved back. You know what I hate the most and what I enjoy? Or why you enjoy mod? Yeah, what's that? Wait, no you're unemployed or no you are unemployed? I'm confused. My dumb brain. You're gonna say it's like 4 a.m. for you? Why aren't you sleeping? It's 1 a.m. for me. The individual you were modding for gave me a payroll. Oh, I see. And then a sub would take away from the payroll. Oh. You hate bots, so you ban them? I see. I don't know what's a mod or what's a bot and what's not, so go for it. No, that's usually what I'm doing on the Discord side. Whenever a new user joins my Discord, I do vet you. If you join my Discord, I look at you for a minute, and I see if you're in chat. Because if you're not discussing things with me and you just join my Discord, I'm like, are you real? Are you just here to sell art? Because usually what they end up doing is posting in the art channel, and they're like, hey, look at what I just made for a commission, and it's like some art piece. Sunra, hello, you're on the green side instead of the purple. That's weird. Art people. You're a sexy bot? Yeah? What kind of sexy bot are you? What do you do as a sexy bot? You're the MILF from... Oh, I get what you're saying. You're the MILF from 5 kilometers away, on God. Yeah. Yeah, hot singles in your area. Listen, these hot moms are just waiting for you. I'm one of them. You don't want to keep me waiting, do you? You won't last 5 minutes in my stream. Click the link just to find out. Spicier content on the horizon. Most of your time on Kick these days. Oh, I see. You know, it's really funny. A clip from, I want to say 4 years ago, of mine, 3 or 4 years ago, prior to me being trans. There's an old clip of mine from when we played Fall Guys. You might have been in the clip, I can't remember who's in the clip anymore. But we were playing Fall Guys, me and some other people. And it was the one where I was getting hit repeatedly by a ball. And on my side of the stream, like, in-game, I was being pelted. Like, ball. And eventually I ran through the finish line, and for me, nothing was happening. I guess for everyone else, I was still getting pelted, so, like, I was running in circles through the gate, and, like, nothing was happening. So, it was weird. Anyway, the reason I bring that up was I was actually in a Daily Dose of Gaming video. Isn't that cool? They reached out to me, and they were like, hey, can we use that clip? I was like, what clip? What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, what can I say? I'm kind of a big deal. Just kidding. I was in the first minute, no one cared. Ain't nobody cared about that. I should have asked for a percentage. No, they reach out to everyone just to see if they can use any clip to fill out and pad out time, so... They used my clip and then moved on. And prior to that, That's back when I, like, spoke in my deeper voice and had facial hair. So, you know, wasn't a great look for me, but I was like, yeah, sure, why not? It's exposure of some kind, so. And that's the way, like, they would pitch it back, right? Like, you're on screen for all 10 seconds in, like, a 10-minute long video. You're getting exposure. That's all you're getting. There's no way they're gonna pay you for 10 seconds unless you're the most rewatched part of their video. What are they gonna do? They're gonna look at me and they're gonna go like, wait, does that Asian guy have the same backdrop as Saikuno? And now you don't want to be compared to Saikuno these days, so kind of a double-edged sword. Yeah, sadly Dailydos back then didn't add the users where the clip came from. Yeah, no, I feel like that's kind of fucked up, but that was the case. Now they actually reach out to you and they ask, like, hey, will you sign an agreement that lets us use any of your content in our videos for free? Please? And then you just go, oh, yes, thank you for using my content. It's alright, though. Every time I open Twitter, though, it is pure, like, drama of Saikuno right now. It's like, these women are looking for attention, they consented to sexual acts with Saikuno. And then the other side of it, no, he lied to them and coerced them into it. Coerced doesn't mean what you think it means. And then arguments. It's like, where's my cute animal videos? Yes, cheater bad. Yes, bad, cheater bad. No need to say predator. Well, I guess predator has a negative connotation that people see as usually for pedos, right? I will say, I see both sides too in some ways. However, I think the word predator kind of fits when you look at like the definition side, right? Because it does fit the whole narrative of using like his power, status, and lies to like either convince people to do things or like, you know, because again, I'm gonna be honest, if a big streamer reached out to me wanting to like spend time and hang out, I'd be like, oh, ooh, people are shy. Not really though. I've rubbed elbows in the streamer community before, but I'm just saying like, it really does vary. And the problem that makes it sound like the word predator makes fitting, not in this, like, again, not in a pedophile kind of sense, strictly a not great kind of sense, is they're usually small content creators, 18 to 19 years old, like, and you're 34. If I am chasing after people who are almost half my age, I think there's a problem. And then people say, well, they're the ones who initiated. I'm going to say it again. It starts off with just like them clout chasing at most. Let's be real. Most of the time, it's just looking for him to like collab. After that, though, the physical stuff is usually kind of nudged at by the one with the power. Maybe. But again, if he opens with I have a girlfriend, then none of that happens. And also, if he opens with I'm 34, might skew the table a little bit. Because whenever someone flirts with me, that's the first thing out of my mouth. The first thing you will hear me say is, I'm 37, by the way. Like, you probably shouldn't be flirting with me. I'm 37. And they're like, I think that's hot. And I usually will go like, trust me, it's not a good thing. Like, I shouldn't be, like, I shouldn't be flirting with them most of the time. And again, I get it. Consenting adults, age gaps exist. But again, I always feel bad if I were to, like, even humor the flirting. I always feel bad. I know they are, and I know that's the thing, and I've been in situations like that, and I've made my fair share of bad decisions with people who are like 21, 20, like, yeah, I know, I've been there, and I look back and I go, shit, should I have done that? I am, back then I was like 35, 36, you're younger, and still I'm just like, I usually will only act if someone like initiates with me, so I get part of like the argument, right? Where it's like, well, if these women are initiating with him, then why? Anyway, this shit is definitely very messy, and most of it should have stayed between him and them. Like, his girlfriend should have found out. Some of it should be out, but I think that maybe the language being used is a little bit overly, like, to sound like he's a pedophile, when really it's just kind of gross. At most. But again, it's all just... the whole situation's icky. Like, that's what it comes back to at the end of the day. Like, don't get me wrong, if it's 20 years younger, then I'd be like, girl, hold on. And again, it's like, to each their own, everyone's obviously got their opinions, and I just give me back my animal videos. Let me scroll Twitter and see animals again. I want to see the stupid seal barking. I want to see goofy animals. I want to see, like, funny shit. I don't want drama on my timeline, but because, like, you read one article going like, oh wait, what happened? Now it's like your entire feed. It's like, fuck me, dude. I regret this. Holly Psyduck. I agree with that. Yep. Aye. Psyduck. Sigh. Again, there's always going to be exceptions to rules and things like that, and obviously if nothing illegal is being done, then most of the time it's like, none of this is my business. My hobbies. My hobbies include gaming, sometimes rock climbing. I haven't gone rock climbing in a few weeks, months, maybe 2 or 3 months, because I hurt myself and then I was like, I'll take a break, and then I haven't gone back since. I've got plenty of scars on my legs because of rock climbing, so I look lovely. I like building Gundam models sometimes. I used to like playing tennis, but I haven't played in a while and I gotta find a charger for my tennis ball machine. Streaming is another fun hobby because if I'm not gaming, I can at least chat with people like this. And of course, I like talking to people in VR chat. So it's like, do you call VR chat a game? Depends. Depends on what you do when you're playing VR chat. VR chat is sometimes just a glorified Discord call. You'd direct me in tennis? Oh no, absolutely you would. Believe me, you would. I am not good at tennis. I bought like a $900 tennis ball machine when COVID started. I used it a bunch, and then I started practicing more, but that's it. Like, my forehand, it's great. Backhand, garbage. No, it's indoors. I do bouldering. Also, my mouth is dry, and my voice sounds like shit, so pardon me while I take another sip. I have to get more water. You know what's funny? That noise you make, that's purely like for the sake of just making that noise. There's no biological reason for us to go after drinking something. It is a learned behavior because it doesn't do anything. You're like gulp, gulp, gulp. Why? It's not necessary. It's a choice. Bouldering, Sunra, yeah. There's a couple of videos on my Twitter page if you want to see me rock climb, though. Yeah. I'm not very good at it, but like the bouldering goes on a V system, so it goes from V0 all the way up to like V14, 15, 16, something like that. My understanding is V0, complete beginner, like they usually ladders. V1, that's like, you know, you're learning, so it's a little bit more like technical. V2, it's starting to get like into like difficult holds, but still an overall easy problem. V3, now you're getting to the intermediates, like, okay, now you can kind of do things that are tricky. V4, it's a little step up. V5, now you're doing actual intermediates. And then 6 and 7, it's like, god damn it. Those are more like advanced-ish problems. 7 onwards, though, is kind of like where you're starting to hit that, like, really enthusiast levels where you gotta be strong. I'm not strong. Oh wow, you've won 3 times in bowling though, and you like bowling competitively and running. I can go up on, or she can go up on me any times if you know what I'm saying. Yo, baby girl, you wanna go up on something? You're thirsty? Don't worry. I got a straw for you. Right here. But no. I got Nokia legs when I'm on it. So it's not for me, sadly. Oh, you're afraid of heights? Oh. I think you kind of get over it. I really do. I think that once you start climbing, that like height aspect kind of goes away. Like you don't really feel like you're dealing with heights anymore. It just kind of is like, shrug. It's like, oh, I'm gonna fall? Okay. Thump. Huh. My core muscles are sore from yesterday's push-ups. Weird enough. I mean, Booze, all I can say is, if you try it again, practice falling. Like, just get on there and let yourself fall backwards once or twice. And don't catch yourself, just land on your back. The soft mat, you'll start to go, oh yeah, this is no biggie. I get you though. Oh yes, same Booze. Heights freak me out, like when you get past like 4 stories. I mean, this isn't 4 stories though, this is like 15 feet at most. Like, how many meters is that? Is 5 feet a meter? No, 3 feet's a meter, so 5 meters? Oh no, I'm talking indoor. I'm pure indoor climber. Like I said, if you want to take a second, go to my Twitter page, just Twitch or Twitter Ilwak, and scroll down a little bit. You'll see a video, and you'll see what I IRL look like, and you'll see me climbing a rock. Bear in mind, when I leave the house, my hair's in a ponytail, and I am dressed up in like boys' clothes, where like a tank top and like long shorts. I try not to stand out. But I like to do it. Rock climbing is definitely a hobby. Um, what do you call it? I know to convert to metric because Booze has said they're from Belgium. So I just convert for the one person that I know is needing it, and if it converts for everybody, great. I am 177 centimeters, 1.77 meters tall. I am 135 pounds, or just sub 14 stone, no, 10 stone. And I think the other conversion for that is like 63 kilos or 62 kilos. Something like that. I am very much on the skinny side. You're 5'6"? Aw, hold on, let me fix the camera for you. Aw, it's okay, Booze. We love our short kings, don't worry. It's okay. Sometimes life's just a little bit harder when you're lower down. But look at the bright side. If I need something, you can go get it for me. You're closer to the ground after all. You're not short. Rem, you're 5'0". You're definitely the lowest one here. Okay, you're 5'6", but you're not short. I think I don't see the connection here. 5'6" is average in the US. Well, guess what, sweetie? I'm still taller. You're perfect twink height? Well, guess what, though? I still pat your little head and call you a good boy. Shorty. How tall you is? I'm 5'9.5". And every half inch counts, yes. My height is abused. Help. Who's gonna help me? I got 3 inches on you. Don't worry, I've got more than 3 inches where it counts. A stretch? You know, good idea though. My muscles do hurt. Kolka, hey. No one said anything about that here, okay, son? What are you talking about? Anyways, so my muscles are sore, so I'm just gonna do some light stretching. But yeah. Don't lie to Booze. I'm teasing, by the way. You're not that short, trust. I just like to give people a hard time. Alright, let's be real though. Most people in VR chat say they're like 6 foot plus. So, I mean... Oh, you in person in Texas? I mean, yeah, no, if they're actually 6 foot, then... Hey, nice of you to meet your friends IRL, though. I'll bet they tossed you around like furniture. Platonically, of course. Hey, thank you for the follow. It's Ndog. It's Zendog. Yeah, there you go. How are you doing tonight, Zendog? I'm just teasing someone for being a little bit shorter than me. You would give the world to these people? I'm sure they gave you more than the world back. Jokes. Helped you out with your depression? Hell yeah, no, I'm happy to hear that for you, honestly. Alright, time to touch toes. If you can, touch your toes. I can't. I'm trying to get back to the point of being able to touch my toes, but it's not working. My body's like, you are not this person anymore. Toe touching is not for your age. You people who are like below 5'8", you know, I'm sure you could touch your toes no problem, because you're right there by the ground. Again, I'm teasing. What are you sniffing? What are you sniffing right now? Ay ay ay. I do need to stretch more often though. My goal is to get back to being able to touch my toes. That's the very minimum. I would like to touch my toes. One day. Let's see. I'm slowly making progress. Let's get Ilvax bathwater up as the next donation goal. Back in the day, my donation goal was for me to um, wear a bunny outfit, and prior to that, it was me to wear a maid outfit. I did both of those, of course. Hey, listen. You give me enough money, you can have my bathwater. Take it. I don't even charge that much. Like, if I can get paid, I'll monetize myself. I'm not too picky. All I can say. Charge a lot? I mean, it's not worth much. When you see me, it's not really like I'm worth that much, trust. 5 grand for 4 ounces? Nah, shit, dog. If you have 5 grand to give me, then, you know, my bank account's open. Donation, PayPal, you know, I'm just saying. But reality is, like, there's just no way anything I do would be worth 5 grand. Like, I would be immediately like, y'all are crazy. Tax lord right here, like, ready to do the math on these taxes. Not to insult some people, but some would. I'm sure they exist, but they're not here, and they wouldn't pay me. I had friends who were like, wait, you weren't making money when you were streaming NoPixel? And I was like, no. Maybe 100 or 200 a month? And they were like, what the fuck? I was making like $1 grand, and I had like 20 followers, or 20 viewers, or 10 viewers, and I was like, damn. Yeah, NoPixel GTRP. I was a role player there for a long time. I can still get on that server, I just don't play very much, because I don't feel like I fit in anymore. It was my home before VRChat. It was where I used to, like, stream all the time, and talk to strangers in a sense. I was a therapist. Yeah, did you watch a lot of 3.0? I think it was 3.0 I played. I played mostly 3.0 and then some 4.0. I was one of the best therapists. Hey, I knew him. Yeah, I knew Milton. I'm trying to remember the name of his character, but I knew Milton T-Bike. That name is very familiar. Was he the one that did, the little kid character? Jimmy or whatever? I'm just looking to see. Oh, Kiki Chanel. Yeah. You're around the Big Buddha era, the whole heists. Yeah, so I played for a while. My character's name was Bob Moss. I was used for therapy for various gang activity or gang therapies or individual therapy pretty often. And so, like, I think with Buddha present, I did 1 therapy session. And it was like for Penny, she was basically like in trouble for having sex in the manager's office or something. And that was like a big deal in their restaurant, and it was like this whole thing of like an intervention. And like people told like traumatizing stories about her where like she would tell everyone her sexcapades at work. And she would tell people about like, oh yeah, her boyfriend really, or Harry, I think his name was, really liked her when she put pasta in her, you know, hoo-ha, and would let it marinate, and then he'd eat the noodles. Blech. Penne pasta. I jokingly had the word pasta banned in chat because people kept asking about it as a joke. Menstruation noodle? Exactly. They would call that marinara. Thank you very much. I mean, that's basically what I was doing, was just civilian roleplay. I like being a civilian. I didn't want to ever be a gangster. I didn't want to, like, have to go in and shoot people. I didn't want to do, like, traditional GTA stuff. I wanted to do what I never do, which is just, stop and talk. Because I've played GTA Online. It's lots of driving around, shooting at each other, and bullshit and boring. So to be able to get into NoPixel, you had to fill out an application. You didn't need a background per se, but you did have to answer their questions in an acceptable manner. So my first 3 applications were denied. Or no, my first 2 applications were denied. Third one was accepted. So I had to, work on my... They'd send you back feedback. They literally actually took time to give you feedback on all of your applications. And after the feedback, then you just get it, and then you go through it, and then you just try to fix it. They'd be like, they don't tell you exactly what to fix. They just tell you, character background needs a little bit of work. Overall, mostly fine, but here specifically, take a look and try to see what you can do. Unfortunately, I ended up in a gang willingly, and, but away from the action, you're more focused on the business side. It used to be also, before I started, they used to do interviews for everyone. And during the interview, they would check your mic quality, because no one wanted to listen to a microphone that sounded like you're talking into a can. Because it takes you right out of the game. It's like, my immersion is broken. So, there's definitely that, too. There are a lot of aspects of roleplay that were like, okay, well, what do we like, what do we not like? And then, yeah, discussions and arguments and lots of people thinking that their way of approaching conflict was the only way that mattered. And I hated, and I mean hated, anyone that their first reaction to any kind of conflict was take out their guns. Excuse me, that was disgusting. If you don't agree with me, the most that should happen is you argue with me, call me names, we banter, we move on. Maybe you hold on to it the next time you see me, maybe the next time you and your friends kind of give me a hard time and rob me. Maybe. But if at the moment you don't agree with me, you go, alright, you know what, fuck you. Take out your gun, raise your hands, like... Okay, cool. So if I don't agree with you, it's get robbed. It's whoever takes out their gun first. Great. Love that interaction for you, buddy. Well, they expect that their reputation should have already stopped you from arguing with them. That when they told you the sky is green, that you go, yeah, I guess the sky sure is green today, isn't it? Or instead, they go, you know what, we run in them pockets. Next time, you say the sky is green. Like, oh no, you're such a scary villain. I will do what you say. Like, eat my asshole, bro. Like, after a nice long jog in the 90-degree heat, go for it. And like, fuck you. I can't stand these kinds of role players. It wasn't fun. And there's very specific people that do that kind of thing, and it's like, you're used to the world being given to you on a silver platter, you're used to people not, like, disagreeing with you. And, like, the moment you find people who don't bend to your every whim, you, like, bully them into submission, and it's like, ooh, so much fun. Well, the other reason people went to Cop RP is because that's the only place you could find other RPers, because you're all forced to interact with each other. When you're a civilian, there was too many options at a certain point. It used to be as a civilian, you had a couple of different locations that everyone would gather, right? It's very simple. So if you have a bunch of, like, localized community spots, easy mode. You know where to go. When you wake up in the city, when you see people log into GTA, first thing they can do is go, I want to go get some food. Let's go to the burger shop, let's go to the Rooster's Rest. That's it. That's where a bunch of people are going to be waiting and killing time. oh, I need money. Let's go fishing. Let's go do this. Now, or when I was playing last, like prior to me quitting, I mean, so like the beginning of 4.0, anytime you wanted to find people, where are they? They're all inside of their own shops because everyone bought a business. And guess what? Every one of those businesses, these people poured hundreds of hours, it felt like, into beautifying their building that no one's ever going to see. Because guess what? Only you and your close friends cared about it. And I'm sorry to say, that's just shit for RP. All it's good for is one event where you go, hey everybody, my building's done, come take a look. And then everyone comes over, goes, wow, this is really cool. And then they leave. And no one ever comes into your building again except for your employees. Great. And now I drive through the city and go, where is everybody? I think Novix also got smashed over in the Twitch perspective because Civ RP never really got attention unless it was like Milton. Again, if you weren't doing a certain type of Civ RP, it was dead. And rightfully so, because as a viewer, what do you get out of people just kind of standing around talking to each other? Sometimes it's fun, but really, let's be realistic. Most people watching on Twitch aren't really looking for just casual conversations and maybe some like more nuanced drama. Milton was great because he was a conflict magnet where he'd just go around talking shit to people and being funny. Like, he was great at comedy. Most civilians, however, were either NPCs, no offense to any of them. I was one of them half the time because I was just like, what else can I do? If I leave this building, I'm gonna go get shot 50 times because I refuse to, like, just agree with people. Not actually, but, like, it felt like that, though. Especially once I got towards the tail end of my career there. Anyway, I can rant about GTA RP for hours, believe me. But now it's like, I just did, therapy because it made me happy. And I tried it again recently on Chase RP, it was fun. Did I ever perma? No. I never permaed because I'm too much of a pussy. I didn't want to have to give up the aspect of therapy, and I was never really downed. That's the other thing. My character was very mellow and, like, very good at talking, and, I made lots of connections. And I was, like, great at, like, doing the therapy RP. So most of the time, I wasn't really in shooting situations. There was, like, one person who I'm pretty sure would have shot me given the opportunity, though. And if they did, I would have been very, very tempted to perma, but it never happened, so we're good. Yeah, lawyer RP can be interesting. But then that side also had an insanely toxic side of things. The lawyer side of things was full of people, like, getting death threats over the wrong choice, according to viewers. Because the streamer was visibly angry on stream, like, what the fuck, how did I lose this case? This is bullshit, my lawyer was shit, their lawyer lied, the judge is bad. And then like, oh goody, now you got a bunch of chat hoppers. Like, yippee! Again, it's a really disgusting part of Twitch as well as the RP community. It really just showed like how volatile things are. And it's just a game. But again, people treated this as Second Life. They were self-inserts, and therefore, whenever someone didn't do something they agreed with, they took it personally. I did my best to keep things in character as much as I could. And when people would come to me with out-of-character issues, because as a therapist, people would come to me talking about anxiety and stress and, like, IRL issues that they're going through, but carried out in character. So they'd be like, yeah, I don't know, I feel like every time I wake up in the city, I don't have any friends lately, and no one wants to hang out with me, no one calls me, I'm alone most of the time, like, I don't know what to do anymore, and it's like, that's a 50-50, right? So, I would just kind of explain it to them like, well, you're approaching the city wrong. You're approaching this like, you're stuck in a rut, like, you're only talking to the same people every day. You have to get to know more people. You have to go out there and talk to strangers. You have to start like spreading your wings a bit. You have to like stop going to the same places and talking to the same individuals. You have to actually make friends. And it's not just GTRPers who do this, it's everyone, right? It's the internet's culture. So oftentimes, if you find like you're not getting along with your friends, or your friends are always busy, or maybe they aren't actually as interested in you as you are as them, like you start to feel these things, like you have to remember everyone's got their anxieties. Everyone. So your friends maybe are just used to a certain like pattern from you and they don't reach out to you because they just expect you to be there. Or perhaps like if you're going around and moping all the time, and I don't mean this to sound too harsh, but anyone who's moping, it's like you find yourself in these ruts because eventually you start pushing all of your friends away because you can't stop like bringing up the fact that they're not spending time with you. Like every time you talk to them, you guilt trip them and then they don't want to talk to you anymore. No one would take offense to you saying that you have to go outside, but yeah. Again, making connections outside of the house, a very smart thing to do. Talking to strangers, also very good thing to do. Like, making your social muscle stronger is always going to benefit you. And if you're only ever talking to the same people, if you're only ever doing the same thing, eventually you're going to find yourself out of touch and unable to do these things anymore. Hello, Mimi, you beautiful human being. How are you doing? Long time no see. All the love to you, sweetie. Yeah, no, it's like overthinking is a killer, for sure. And if you are constantly like overthinking things, constantly reminding yourself or telling yourself, like, yeah, no one likes me, then it's going to bleed into your friendships. It is 100% going to bleed into the people you're talking to. They're going to get tired of hearing you talk about how no one likes you. Even if they do, like, genuinely care about you. Eventually, people just get tired of having to argue with someone, and they dread this conversation. Mimi, I'm doing okay. We're just talking about random stuff. I ended up getting on this tirade because, like, I was talking about roleplay, and I was talking about, like, issues people would bring to me as a therapist, and now it's kind of bled into just a general statement of anyone's mental well-being. And I'm not saying, like, you can't feel these things, by the way. I'm not saying it's bad to, like, you know, have self-doubt and worry about these things. I think that it's really just a matter of like balance, right? It's a matter of like acknowledging your problem, then taking actions to see how you can improve it. Okay, I do feel like my friends don't like having me around right now. Why is that? Don't just ask them, start thinking internally. And yeah, we did start off with bathwater. If anyone wants to buy my bathwater again, by the way, Boozette wants me to charge $5,000. Um, Mimi, what have you been doing, by the way? Have you just been doing Abby work? Streaming? Like, what are you up to lately? We miss hanging out with you, by the way. Always nice to see you. Oh, I never showed you how to do tile discards. See there, we were supposed to do that when we were talking last time, and I still haven't done my tile discards, if you can tell. Look at that clipping. Yeah, no. I do think it's a very unfortunate aspect of, just how we can get into our own heads, and then we can, like, doubt ourselves as well as our friends because, like, we're too busy thinking about, like, how it's just self-fulfilling prophecies, I guess, at the end of the day. It's like, yeah, if I think everyone hates me, eventually I'll prove it myself right. But yeah, most of the time, like, my friends are very energetic, open, and talk about a lot of things, and usually, when I don't invite myself along or go into the Discord, it's like they forget your existence at times. So then you tend to overthink things, and, like, it's not hard to say, hi, are you available to game? But it's really a mental issue. Well, again, if no one's ever inviting you, you start to get in your head like, well, no one invites me, so clearly they don't want to talk to me. But the reality is, I'm willing to bet most of the time, no one joins the VC in a Discord and starts messaging people. Usually they'll just hop in there, start doing their own thing, and then wait for other people to start joining them. And it's like, not personal, you know? there's that too. I've heard that many times where, oh, we didn't reach out to you because we just assumed you were busy. Boop. Switched outfit. I need to work on this material, by the way, still. I need a new texture, I think. I think it scared Mimi off. I feel bad. I was like yapping really hard about that. So I was like, oops, maybe I went too deep into that subject while I was talking or saying hello. It's also because of social anxiety and you worry a lot if you ask too much of their time and whatnot. No, I get that. It's definitely the idea of being a burden, and part of being a people pleaser means that odds are there's a good chance that you're very used to giving and you're not used to, or you're hoping that people will give to you the same way you give to them. You want your love language to be reciprocated. However, most people don't think or act like that. Most people aren't givers in the same way. So most people just kind of assume that someone like you will just do or show up when you want to. And so you're waiting for something that you feel like you would do, because naturally in your mind, it's natural just to, hey, hey, how are you doing? Like, reach out to people. And to them, it's more natural to wait for someone to reach out to them. Like, it's a one-way street. It's not two ways anymore, because you're different. You're a giver. And as a giver, that's your nature. So you kind of just fall into this, like, this spiral where no one is speaking your language. No one is showing you love and affection the way that you are, because you are giving. You are the giver. You are not the receiver, because that is your mindset. That is your habit. That is the way you go about everything. And you just want someone to reciprocate it. You just want someone to reach out to you and show you the same love that you show them. And it hurts. And you end up feeling alone and left out and unwanted, because no one is showing you want or interest in the way that you show them. And it's a struggle. It's a struggle. It's a real mental barrier. It's a barricade. It's a wall. Like, you could just bang your head against this wall trying to get close to people because you're hoping that they'll show interest in you. And it hurts. It really does. And it feels alone. And it feels like just no one cares. And it's scary. So yeah. Yeah, and I see that too sometimes, Booze, where it's just like, yeah, if we're in the VC, just join. Oh, and Tax already said I'm a good therapist. Teehee. I am very good at talking. You had to learn how to be a friend on the first place, because you used to, and yes, I was this type of friend. You have lots of friends, and then not understand, date someone, and then ignore my friends and put all my attention into a relationship. Oh, that's very common though. It's not just you who does that. There's lots of people, especially in this game, who, the moment they date someone, that's their life. That's literally all they do, is spend time with this person because that is their person. Like, I want to spend time with you because I love you. And it's like 24/7, it's Discord calls, spending time together in VR, cuddling, movies, you name it. Just anything and everything you only do with this person. And you don't join VCs anymore because you guys are always together. So it's like, why would I join a VC when I'm already in one? Yeah, and again, your partner's equally, equally invested in you. And so again, it just builds into this like idea that this is normal, and normal isn't this. This isn't good or healthy. Like, a real relationship is built around the idea of mutual like space. Because me and my ex, when we lived together for 10 years, we would spend time together, yes. However, we would just exist in our own spaces sometimes, where I'd be gaming, talking to my friends, she'd be across the room, like scrolling Instagram or doing her thing, or like cleaning her stuff, like what do you call that? Like her jewelry stuff because she was making jewelry, and like all these things that I had not as much interest in. Like I'd see what she makes and be like, that's really cool, and how'd you do it? But other than that, like I wasn't gonna make jewelry. It wasn't my interest, but I respected her and respected her interest. Mm. I do think it's healthy to have like a certain level of like similarity though. I do feel like that was a big hole in our relationship was that we didn't actually have enough in common. At 18 years old, had the idea of doing things 24/7. I mean, yeah, that's kind of what it comes back to. It's like we think that's the ideal relationship. This is your soulmate, this is your partner, this is like what in the movies and TV shows. Like these people spend all their time together. And that's what you're used to seeing on like media. And it's taught to you like this is a healthy relationship. Even watching our parents, they watch TV together, they read together, they do whatever together. And it's like realistically, there's more time that we don't see. We only see them in these instances where we're all together or when the TV shows it. But the reality is, yeah, lots of people spend time doing their own thing. It's normal. It's normal to have your own space. It's normal to hang out with your friends or hang out with your friends with your partner, but again, lots of time we just kind of find ourselves isolated. Sorry, I just want to close my door again. My cat likes to open my door. Anyway, I've been yapping quite a lot about this stuff. Yeah, Shiba Inu, I have a fat cat. My cat's not too bad, but he definitely can be a handful. Well, it's almost been 2 hours, so I might end stream in the next 5 minutes. I think that's probably the vibe. But it's been fun. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying yourselves. I appreciate you boos for, well, chatting with me for like over the last hour. I'm not ending just this second, but I'm just saying like pretty soon. I do be yapping, bro. I do be yapping. Oh, huh? No, you're fine. Nah, I don't care. My viewership is usually between 5 and 10, so don't sweat it. You didn't cause this. Besides, I'm the one that's been yapping like this for like the last hour, so I could have chosen just to keep the conversation moving. It's all relative, and if people didn't like the conversation, just like you said before, people are welcome to come and go, right? No one has to be a part of my chat or my stream. And so I accept that, people will just come and go. So don't sweat it. It's fine. Sometimes a nice, like, mental health talk is good for anyone who's listening, and the right person who needs to hear it might be listening. you know, I enjoy the conversations. And again, that's the only reason I engage, is because I don't mind having these conversations. Speaking of GTA, what about it? Maybe. We'll see. I usually don't play for the story, so if they have like the GTA Online version where it's like purely the online content, then maybe I'd buy it. But I'm not really interested in buying the entire game. And the only reason I'd even buy it is like, okay, well, my friends are all playing, and maybe if I was to get into the roleplay side of it, when there's mods for that, but that could be years out. So by the time I even get considered to buying it, it might have gone on sale by then. Oh, it's not going to be on PC? Then even more reason why I'm not going to buy it. I'll just buy it when it's on PC. I'm not too stressed about it. Games come and go. If I don't buy the latest and greatest, it's not like I lose out on it, right? Oh, it's PlayStation exclusive for the first year? Hey, Bulby Dip, thank you so much for the follow. I hope you're having a lovely night. Yeah, no, I don't know. GTA has always been one of those things where it's like, it's fun for a little bit. And GTA Online, you know, driving is fun. But then after a while, it's like, what do I want to do? It's like, I don't know, grind to become a bigger criminal, have a better mansion, buy a bigger car. How are you doing tonight, Bulby Diff, though? You doing good? Ah, maybe they're not the typing type. Oh, nope, they're right there. You're just chilling? Hell yeah, love to hear it. Bulby, by the way, I'm probably going to be ending stream soon, so you caught me right at the end, but that's okay. I'll be live again tomorrow, maybe like 3 hours before now. It's alright, Bulby. I'd love to chat more, of course. I love talking to new people. You're addicted to fish, but you play a lot of Crab Champions. I like roguelike games a lot. I was actually playing a lot of Slay the Spire on stream. Slay the Spire 2? No, of course, I know I'm fine. I'm just saying, like, you know, you're always welcome to come by next time. You'll catch me on a day where I'm not talking about mental health issues for people. Not my own, of course. I don't trauma dump. By the way, did you know that I was abused? No, I'm kidding. Jokes aside, though. Oh, thank you for the follow, Only Me9, on the green side. Mayano. Oh, you're a studying psychologist. Oh, damn, you would have loved the last, like, hour. I was talking about being a giver and all this other stuff, and how, like, the mentality of being a people pleaser can definitely be a stressful one, and all this other stuff. I love psychology. That's why I roleplayed as a therapist in GTA. That's what we were talking about, too. How far into your studies are you, Volvi? Curiosity. Do share. If you'd like to, of course. I'm not on a strict I have to end right now, so if I enjoy conversations, I just keep going until I'm ready to sleep. Hello, Vero1017. How are you doing? You are in the military, so you're a junior in college right now. Oh, okay. Oh, military into psychology. Treating your own self, or your mental health. No, I'm kidding. What branch of the military were you? I was never in the military. My father was, though, so I have, quite the, ooh, Marines. Do you like the taste of crayons? Jokes. My dad's the type who says those things, but I learned those jokes. I used to know what, like, Marine stood for. There was, like, a whole acronym for it. I just don't remember it. my dad and his Marine friend would like go back and forth with like stupid jokes at each other. Like Army stands for ain't ready for Marines yet. But yeah. Vera, what have you been up to tonight? Same with you, Bolvi, actually. What are you guys doing getting here at 2 a.m. for me? You guys came in at the tail end. I mean, I stream late, so it's kind of like, you know, yeah. You'd be horrible in the military? I mean, you like running, so maybe not terrible. Hey Vero, thank you for the follow. You would suck dick more than shoot guns, not gonna lie. Hey, I mean, if it's what you want to do, then go for it. I'm sure other people would be happy. What games have you been playing, Bolvi? Also, I will say for all of you who are new here, just a heads up that, like, typically I don't play music when I'm streaming, mostly just because I do like to have conversation, because I am a yapper. And when I'm not sitting, I am standing and just wiggling while I listen to my own music and talking. So, you know, feel free to listen to whatever you like, and enjoy the conversation if you feel like it. Nothing much, just been hanging out. Fair. You've been play testing this one that's not out yet, called Acheron. You became friends with the devs and love it. Alright, next you're gonna send me a link on Discord, and then you're gonna ask me to help you test out the beta for it. And then when you do that, it's gonna steal my password, right? I'm joking, of course. I was like, wait a minute, playtesting. It's the first thing that comes to mind whenever I think of playtesting, like those Discord bots where they're like, hey, I'm working on this game, would you mind trying the demo for me? It's like, what? And then they're hacked. Oh, that looks neat. It's giving me like League and what do you call it, vibes? Like Diablo vibes. Oh, it's gonna be a battle royale. I see. Listen, the closest thing I played to that. What world in VR chat is this? This is Yayoi Summer Nights, I believe. You could give me a key? That's where it starts to feel more and more like it's a trick. No, but I think right now I'm okay. I'd have to watch some like gameplay footage before I'd want something that far. In arena mode? Yeah, battle royales are tough for me. I'm very bad at video games, so like anything. I'm just really bad at competitive games. I'm not a competitive person, so most of the time when I'm playing a game with people, I'm just, you know, vibing. And then like if I'm playing Overwatch and someone's taking it too seriously, I'm like, can we just have fun? I don't want to sit here and argue or listen to someone screaming at the screen. No, I don't even play COD Zombies. Am I a furry? No. Don't let these ears fool you. I am not a furry. I'm also not a shooter, booze. I'm like the worst at shooting things. Psh, I have no aiming skills. All I know how to do is just like support the allies. I play supports, I play, you know, Mercy, Moira, I play in, what do you call that game? What's the other one? Marvel Rivals, I played basically the equivalent of those. I don't know. Just easy characters. Listen, bunny ears and tail, human is not a furry. Listen, listen, listen. I am hairless, alright? Do you see hair on me? Other than my head? No. Am I furry? You got automod? It's alright, don't worry about it. Oops, I just closed chat. How do I get it back? Dock. Chat. Reloading. Oh, the automod is gone now. I can't read it. The only type of gun I like are BB guns in 22 LR. Very small round. You loved Overwatch. Now it feels like playing Minecraft for the 90th time. I mean, that's why when I play Minecraft, I play it with mods. Because I rather, like, you know, vibe and chill. I'm not really interested in just, like, the same experience every time. I want something interesting. I want to try changing it up and make it a little different, you know? But yeah, you get me on, what's that game called? Slay the Spire? You saying Slay was perfectly timed. You get me on Slay the Spire, then yeah, I'll play that. But, yeah, no. I like playing games with friends, so I'll play Repo, I'll play Slay the Spire, I'll play basically anything. What's Dreamwear? I'm using OBS. OBS, and nothing really other interesting other than that. Stream Elements and OBS, yeah. You sadly can't play horror games. You have a heart condition. I'm terrible at horror games because the anticipation annoys me. Where I'm like, okay, something is going to scare the shit out of me. I don't know when, but it's going to happen. And then I'm like, ugh, I don't want to deal with like jump scares. I hate them. Yep, PCVR. This is my own custom avatar too. PCVR, custom avatar, not optimized, a pretty world in the background, OBS, and my... I was gonna say something self-deprecating voice. My mediocre voice. Yep. Anyway, guys. I think that does it for me. Yep, full body tracking. I'm just sitting here lazily. Here, I'll stand up one more time before I go. Let me get my life support cable out of the way. Just kidding, that's my headset cable. So, yeah. I can stand, I can move, I'm here. I'm not really much of a wiggler though. Because when I wiggle in VR, I feel like I look stiff. You know, like the typical like hip movements and stuff, and like slow rocking. Mostly this is all I do. It's like I'll rock back and forth while I'm talking. And this keeps me, like active. And when I'm active, then I feel like, you know, I'm much more like willing to talk and stuff. Because otherwise I'm like, I'm not doing enough. If I'm streaming and I'm just sitting here quietly, then you guys are gonna get bored talking to me because I'm not like alive. The whole time I'm just gonna be like, yeah, no, this, that, whatever. Do you know the World Just Be Club? Yes, I do go to Just Be Club. I used to go there quite often. Not as much nowadays, because I don't really get in VR that often. It's a world. Yeah, no, I know what they meant though. I'm gonna assume English either not first language, or maybe, just, you know, lazy diver. It's okay. Your world? And what world is that? Did you make a VR chat world? Is that what you're trying to say? Or are you just telling me I should come by and see you? Account made 4 days ago. Kinda sketchy. Yeah, your Just Be Club? Account made 4 days ago? Run? They're trying to riz me up? Oh shit. I don't think they're trying to riz trust. They're just trying to scam me, right? No, no. Oh, you're just asking me to join you in VR? Is that what you're saying? I see, I see. Well, as a general rule of thumb, I don't typically go joining people that I've seen in chat. Typically, if I get to know people, then I might eventually, especially if the community ever, like, grows. Like, if there's enough of you guys who want to meet and hang out, then yeah, we could do like a group world or something. But for the most part, I typically will just stick to my Discord and like I'll join the VC sometimes or like stream maybe, like a game I'm playing. Nah, you're good. I get you. Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. My point is though, like, I'm just being polite and saying I don't typically join people. I don't typically accept friend requests. That includes on Discord, just because I'm just being cautious and, you know, I've already been sent a dick pic once. So I'm very, very cautious. I was streaming and this person joined my Discord and immediately just sent me a dick pic because I was like teasing and yeah, like, you know, being silly. No, yeah. I'll still meet people even if it's only been a few days. Like, if you seem chill in chat, then like, sure, why not? Come by. Hey, don't you know, baby, I'm already phantom pregnant. Look, I'm gonna move my phantom pregnant belly. Are you ready? Goes like this. Wait, wrong way. See? My tracker moves with my phantom pregnant belly. That hurts my lower back to do that. I'm gonna stop. My lower back is not happy. Ah, jeez. It just cracked though. Holy. Got that hip thrust though. Yeah, baby. I just don't like the fact that if I'm not wearing a chest tracker and I do hip rolls, my whole body moves like this, like. Ow, I just yanked on my cable. Anyway, distractions aside, appreciate you guys chatting with me. And yeah, I will say again, I don't really typically accept friend requests or joins and things like that, but if you want to get to know me better, you want to come by streams, that's a great way to get to know me. I can get to know you through text chat, and then if things go from there, cool. But don't be offended if, you know, things don't go past just a casual acquaintanceship, you know? I just want to throw that out there because I've had people try and I can't really promise much beyond that. Parasocial, yeah. But yes, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for keeping me company. Thank you for lurking and chatting, whatever you guys are doing. You guys are really sweet, and I appreciate all of your time. If you guys would like, follow my channel, join my Discord, know when I go live, and keep me company. Because if you don't keep me company, then who will? And I'll be so lonely. I'll cry by myself. You know, I do this for attention, right? And if I don't get attention, what's gonna happen? Jokes. Just making sure that slash S is very obvious, but anyway. Thank you guys for spending time with me, really. I'll see you all again. Why are you calling me Dad? How dare you? Can't believe I just got called Dad, guys. I'm gonna go cry. First you called me mommy when you got here, and then you realized that to call me dad? How dare you? No. I'm trans. I prefer she, her, you know? Just saying. Just cause my voice isn't great, I'm gonna go cry. It's alright. I'm not taking offense, don't worry. It wasn't very clear earlier because I did a bunch of masculine voices, so I'm sure it's confusing. But again, I don't take offense. Alright, guys. Good night. And again, thank you so much for being here. I'll see you guys again later, okay? All the love. Bye.